guys, we're back for another Dokkan Battle video. Today we're going to look at EZA Borgos. So, the free-to-play Bardock squad are going to be getting their EZAs all throughout March here. Borgos and Fasha are the first wave. Tora and Shugesh are the second wave. And then STR Bardock is going to EZA on Saiyan Day. I actually think, if we look at Borgos and Fasha, their two units I think could be handy in Super Battle Road stages. Now, one thing is that these characters are not on a wide variety of teams, right? So we have Team Bardock, Low Class Warrior, Pure Saiyan, Space Traveling Warrior, and Storied Figure. I mean, a lot of these teams are very weak, bad teams, so I guess it is good, you know, that Borgos and these guys are getting their awakening and stuff like that, right? So, like, Low Class Warrior, Storied Figure, and Team Bardock need this really bad. Now, if we take a look at what happened literally just with Dokkan Fest Ginyu and stuff like that, right? The Ginyu Force team is actually now a top team in the game. I could very much see Bardock from, you know, the Frieza special. What we have LR Bardock, that one. I could see him, that exact unit, get a Dokkan Fest. And then the Team Bardock team basically turn into what the Ginyu Force team is right now. So keep in mind that we definitely could see that happen, and it would be huge, right? Like, these characters could be good. Now, Borgos, I think could actually be pretty solid if we're talking about taking him in to Super Battle Road stages, because let's take a look. So, Borgos, his super attack effect is very powerful. Greatly raised attack and defense for 1 turn, and then he has a high chance to stun. Very powerful for Super Battle Road. He's getting 150% attack and defense start a turn. He gets more attack and defense against only 1 enemy, but he has a guaranteed super against 2 enemies. Then a high chance to crit with another Team Bardock category ally. Now, I actually got pretty much the ideal turn 1. Not often that this happens to me, but we got it. Again, this is the ideal rotation, turn 1 here. So Borgos against 2 enemies launches a guaranteed additional super. So this is where Borgos will be pretty good in Super Battle Road. We go into a Super Battle Road stage, he'll do 2 guaranteed supers if there's multiple enemies, and they each have a high chance to stun. That's very powerful. So like you could literally, like, Borgos could be good in Pure Saiyan Extreme Super, like, seriously, like, he can help in that. Stunning is very powerful for Super Battle Road stages. Keep in mind that STR Super Vegeta, his defense is much better than people give him credit for, but I wouldn't say he's necessarily going to be overly amazing in a lot of the red zone stages. But in Super Battle Road, he's still guaranteed stunning, which is very powerful. So we got basically like the ideal rotation for a Borgos right here, like right out of the gate. This is funny. Let's go ahead and see what Borgos' damage is. His defense is 130k. Remember, he's getting 50% from his super attack effect, and he's going to be doing that twice, so that will bump him up over 200k. I mean, 200k is just, I mean, it's not... Keep in mind that now, with, whatchamacallit, with the red zone out, like, a lot of... In the hardest parts of red zone, you need 450k defense. So, like, that's the new number. All right, let's see what Borgos does right here. 2.63 is pretty low, because we had a lot of his links activated. We had a lot of support on this rotation as well. In terms of his links, I believe we had Team Bardock, Saiyan Pride. I'd have to double check. We could take a look, because all the links he would have shared were with Tora. So we'll take a look next turn what links he has active. Remember that Great Ape Tora is a support type unit. Okay, so here's the Team Bardock LR right there. We'll do as much damage as we can. And then we'll see what Borgos is going to look like on this next turn. Because keep in mind, on this next turn here, we're going to be fighting 1 enemy now, right? So we'll be able to see Borgos get this extra 100% attack and defensive buff he gets when fighting only 1 enemy. I think he'll be good. You know, he's not going to be like, you're not taking this guy into the red zone or something like that. But, like, they give us a free-to-play unit that I actually think could be very valuable in some of the content in the game. That's helpful, right? Because it's like, you could have a unit that's just straight stacking, which could be good for, like, you know, the legendary events, Legendary Goku, Legendary Vegeta. That's still, like, acceptable. A unit good for Super Battle Road, and typically if a unit's good for Super Battle Road, they a lot of times can be good in Battlefield too. Although Borgos is going to be good because of his stunning effect, so it's not going to carry over to Battlefield. And then, of course, there's also, you know, Red Zone and God Event are kind of similar in ways. All right, so let's see what we get right here. We could pop B-Pan's active skill, I guess. Just give him a little bit of extra damage. So with Tora, okay, let's see. His link set here. So that's Team Bardock, Saiyan Warrior Race, Saiyan Pride, Saiyan Lineage, Infighter, Prepared for Battle, and Shattering the Limit. So we have 5 links activated with Tora. His defense goes up to 150k against one enemy. Remember that he is getting the 50% super attack buff, but keep in mind that he is not getting the guaranteed additional super on this rotation, right? All right, so let's see what Borgos does right here. See what kind of good damage numbers he could put up. Well, not really going to be good, but remember, he does have a high chance to crit with a Team Bardock category ally in the same turn as well, which Great Ape Tora is. So Borgos has a 50% chance to crit. 4 mil right there. Okay. I mean, it's a free-to-play EZA that's going to be good in Super Battle Road. That could have been worse. He looks okay. Yeah, I actually... again, I like this Borgos. I just see him being valuable in Super Battle Road. High chance to stun with guaranteed additional supers, right? So it's like, you know, this guy triple supering with a high chance to stun on each is good for Super Battle Road, right? Let's hop into one more event. This is a pretty basic unit, so it's like, honestly, we've already seen what he's capable of providing to the table. Let's go to like a pure Saiyan team and just run through like one more event, and then we'll probably finish up. But yeah, Borgos looks solid. He's a solid unit. Not really too much else to say. All right, let's just get a couple more turns of just, you know, sort of seeing what Borgos is able to do, and then we will finish up. So we got him linked up with Version Z Goku here, Saiyan Lineage and Shouting Limit both activated. Version Z Goku, of course, is giving a little bit of extra support as well. So let's see what attacks that Borgos can get up to. Potentially not the craziest ever, but, you know, Borgos certainly will be a solid unit when it comes to running him in Super Battle Road. Again, there we get an example of his stun, right? 50% chance to stun is definitely a very powerful ability, right? Like, you'll be able to see some really good stuff. Getting a 50% chance to stun in, like, some of these Super Battle Road stages, I like that quite a bit. Because it's like, again, there's Super Battle Road, like, we see what they're doing with Super Battle Road now, right? Where it's like, they're giving us a Super Battle Road stage pretty much every celebration is sort of how they're handling it now. And, you know, there's so many categories in the game. You're gonna need, like, characters for all these categories, right? Again, if you look at storied figures, Team Bardock and Low Class Warrior, these teams are pretty bad. So Borgos will be very handy in them. But this is a good turn. Next to Super Saiyan 2 Bardock, we've got a lot of Borgos' links activated. And then with Version Z Goku as well. So let's go and do this. I don't think Bardock should finish this Vegeta off. So let's see what Borgos gets up to. What is his defense? 171k defense right there. Remember, with the 50% defense he's getting from his super attack effect. So we could see some good stuff here from Borgos. Let's get this super attack. We'll do one more turn after this, where we'll take a look at the LR Team Bardock. You know, giving their huge buff to Borgos, and then we'll finish up. So let me know what you guys think of the free-to-play EZA Borgos. I think he's definitely a fairly solid unit, right? Like, he's not the greatest of all time, but I just really value his ability to help in Super Battle Road, man. I think that's pretty good. 50% chance to stun. I think I'll do a video on Fasha right here, right afterwards. Fasha, I think, is also going to be pretty solid. She certainly can be a helpful unit, again, in Super Battle Road. It looks like the first 2 units, Borgos and Fasha, will be good in Super Battle Road, and then I think the next 2, Shugesh and Tora, will be good for long events, because they're both stacking, right? Okay, so let's... I'm going to use Senzu right here, because this Vegeta... Is this the Vegeta that defense lowers? It might be. Alright, so we're at 178k right there. We have everything activated except for Infighter and Shattering the Limit. I think the Team Bardock unit... Wait, does the Team Bardock LR, did they increase stats on their 18k super? I actually can't remember that. Let me just quickly double check that. They raised super class allies attack by 30% on super, on 18k super. So let's go ahead and have the Team Bardock unit get their 18k super attack first. We're getting the support from Super Saiyan 2 Bardock. So alright, this should be a pretty good number right here. So let's go ahead and see what Borgos does. By the way, no updates on this LR Team Bardock. I suppose I wouldn't be shocked if they got like an EZA and we could finally rainbow them on Saiyan Day this year. But I mean, we'll see. It's right. It's crazy. 2 years later, we still can't rainbow them. It's ridiculous. 3.67 right there. So, yeah, hopefully the Team Bardock LR can be EZA'd and they can actually be a good unit and work alongside some of these Team Bardock units. We'll see. We will see what's going to happen. Borgos looks solid there. Like, again, free-to-play EZA, he's actually able to do some stuff. I like him. I do. All right, this is Infinite Power Borgos. Infinite Power, yeah. Great name. I love it. I love it. All right, so this is Infinite Power Borgos. His leader skill is low-class warrior category key 3 and 77% of stats, or AGL type key 3 and 50% of stats. His super attack is the Angry Cannon, which greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, does supreme damage, and has a high chance, a 50% chance to stun. So he gets 50% attack, 50% defense, and has a 50% chance to stun from his very powerful super attack effect. Honestly, it's really good. His passive skill, Silent Charge, gives him 150% attack and defense at the start of turn. Then he gets an additional 100% attack and defense when facing 1 enemy. And then he launches a guaranteed additional super when facing 2 or more enemies. And then he has a high chance, a 50% chance to crit if your team has another Team Bardock category ally attacking in the same turn. So in Super Battle Road, guaranteed double supers with a 50% chance to stun. Very good. His links are Team Bardock, Saiyan Warrior Race, Saiyan Pride, Saiyan Lineage, Infighter, Prepared for Battle, and Shattering the Limit. 12 key multiplier is 135%, a bit lower, but not the biggest deal. In terms of EZAs, maybe he could help in the God Vegeta and God Goku EZA. I guess you could rock him in there. He's not going to be the craziest, but like, if you're new to the game or something like that, maybe you started playing JP Dokkan for the 7th anniversary, he could certainly help out there. And then finally, our boy Borgos is on a number of teams that needed the help, right? I mean, here we have Team Bardock, definitely needs the help. Will be interesting to see what this team looks like. Again, I think if they EZA the Great Apes as well, because there's a Great Ape version of all these characters, they drop a Dokkan Fest Bardock, and then he has like 2 banner units, just like Ginyu. Like, you know, one is Fosh and Tora, the other is Borgos and Shugesh. And Team Bardock could be one of the top teams in the game. It seems ridiculous, but it's very easy to make that done. So this is Team Bardock right there. Then, of course, Borgos is also on low-class Warrior. It still bothers me so much that... So, dude, look, there's Saiyan Saga Goku right there, but Kaioken is not on there. Again, it's just... Thematically, the whole point is Vegeta's super elite, gifted from birth, prince, you know, high power level from birth. And then there's Goku, who's a low class, who worked all his life to get to the power level to match Vegeta, right? Like, that's the whole point. And it bothers me so much that Saiyan Saga Kaioken Goku, Vegeta every second of the fight is saying, you're low class, you're not an elite like me. And they don't put that Kaioken Goku on here. I hate that so much. Like, once Goku goes Super Saiyan, yeah, low class, you could throw it out the window. I think every Goku until he goes Super Saiyan, personally, should be on there. Or at least, you know, maybe once he arrives on Namek, like the Kaioken Goku's there or something, I guess. But up until he fights, well, he doesn't beat Vegeta. He loses to Vegeta. But up until he fights Vegeta, I think every Goku should be on here. That would make this category team a lot better, too. Then, of course, Borgos is on Pure Saiyan. Best category roster in the game. I wouldn't say best team in the game, though. No way, because it doesn't have a 200% leader skill, right? And then, of course, we have Space Traveling Warriors. Very strong category, which has just gotten a lot of buffs recently. LR Great Ape Vegeta has his flaws, but he's still a very powerful unit. And then the Ginyu Force, of course, added to there as well. Borgos is on Space Traveling Warriors, but he's not on Planet Namek Saga or Terrifying Conquer, so he doesn't have access to the 200% leader skill. The other thing with that is I do think all the Team Bardock characters should be on Planet Namek Saga, because that's when they were, like, introduced, right? Like, they, you know, all that stuff is sort of like flashbacks in the Namek Saga. And then finally we have Storied Figures. Very weird team right here, but, you know, in the future, running, like, a Team Bardock as, like, a Storied Figure team and, like, Storied Figure Super Battle Road will probably be the way to go. I don't know. So, let me know what you guys think of EZA Borgos. Solid. I think he is a solid unit. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.